A lot of celebrities, like they're not getting facials all the time. And then when disaster strikes, then they're like, oh, can I come in? I have to be at the Met Gala tomorrow. And I'm like, yoo-hoo, not gonna work. But
the following podcast is a Healthy Dog production. Welcome to the Healthy Dog Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Nigma Talib. I'm a leading naturopathic doctor now for over 20 years, and I've consulted thousands of patients with chronic illnesses. I've had clinics all over the world, and I have a #1 bestseller, Younger Skin Starts in the Gut. Listen, I know there's a lot of health information out there in the health and wellness world, and it can be a bit overwhelming. So I'm here to set the record straight and give you my expertise along with my expert guests here in studio in sunny Los Angeles.
I only take drugs with other people who take them on a regular basis because I don't have time for that.
A lot of chronic diseases stem from mitochondrial dysfunction.
Yes. And you know what I love talking about, right? Poop.
Yes. You can ask me about my poop?
Yeah, I'm going to talk about poop.
Okay, please.
This podcast is your go-to for achieving optimal wellness from the best of beauty and longevity and everything in between, because after all, wellness comes from the inside out. Welcome back to the Healthy Dog Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Nigma Talib. Today, I have one of the most trusted estheticians in the world and one of my closest friends in the beauty industry. You've definitely seen her work on red carpets, in campaign shoots, and the faces that always seem to be glowing like they have a built-in ring light. After training under one of the top dermatologists in the business, she developed her own formulas, launched her own flagship studio in Beverly Hills in 2019, and she landed a coveted spot at Sephora just a year later. She's the brains behind the cult favorite Retinol Reform, which, let's be honest, is the only retinol that I actually trust. She's built her brand from scratch and has a gift for making skin science accessible and transformative. But what I love the most, she's real, she's kind, and she's honest. Please welcome my friend, Shani Darden. Shani, thank you so much for being here. Shani, I'm so happy to have you here. We've been wanting to do this forever.
I know, I'm excited too. I wish I was staying later for rosé after. Next time. Instead, we're doing super vitamin C cocktails. I get it. We should be. I get it.
We're supporting our collagen.
And then I'll have my rosé later.
Okay, fine. So I want to start off by saying this is something that really intrigued me. You went from being Destiny's Child, a dancer in Destiny's Child, to like the Beyonce of skin. You know, take me through that journey of how did you go from that to skincare?
So I actually was never a backup dancer. So this is what actually happened, is that I moved out here to Los Angeles to be a model. I was always obsessed with skincare. I moved out here and I moved out here because an agent had found me in Montreal, Canada. They said, come to LA, you're gonna be this big star. I got here and I kept getting cast in rap videos, music videos. I had no dancing ability. I really didn't love it at all. And somebody did an interview and they twisted it that I was a backup dancer. So it's always been that, I mean, the most dancing I did was like rolling around in a corset on the ground. Like I don't know how to dance, but yes, I was in a lot of music videos.
So what were you doing in the music videos?
Just like rolling around, like half naked. You know, it's just
like a rap video.
Basically, that was me.
And so you were like, I'm done with this.
I just woke up and I was like, I don't know how to dance, and I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. And so I was like, no more. But people now think I'm like a professional dancer and like I'm so dope, but I'm not.
That's what I thought. I'm like, I want to like, why isn't she ever like taking me out dancing?
I would be TikToking it up if I could dance. I'd be doing all the moves and stuff. Nope, don't know.
Do you get stressed out if you're in front of camera dancing? Is that something that you would never do?
No, I would do it after drinking for sure, duh. But like, no, I don't get stressed out. I mean, I'm old now, so I don't really care about any of that. Like, I don't care what I look like anymore.
You're not old, you're my age.
Okay, I'm not
Younger
old. I'm
than
just
me.
saying I'm old enough now
Wiser.
that I don't give a shit about like if I looked crazy, because I do. usually.
You recently turned 50, right?
Yes.
And so now welcome to the 50s. You're part of my decade. It's interesting you said that I don't care anymore. And that's what 50s does. I feel like it's like you care less about things.
Yes.
Like things don't bother you anymore.
No.
Things that used to bother you are like, whatever.
Yeah, for sure. I don't care about any of it anymore. It's easier too. I mean, it's harder because it goes along with all the other things, of course, and aging and that. But it's like you're most comfortable. You don't care. Like I can't imagine being 23 and insecure and all the things. I just don't really care. Also, like you have like 4 friends and you're like really happy with the 4 friends. Like you really actually don't want to make any new ones.
Yeah, you really start to, I feel like these are the years, the decade that you really know who your friends are. And it's like the other ones that are draining you, you're just like, I'm done with that.
I just don't care.
And this is why we got along so well, because
just don't
like
care.
we don't see each other that often, but when we do, it's just like
We have the best time.
We have the best time, and you're just you were one of the people that really welcomed me to LA in a way, and the beauty industry can be quite, you know what it's like.
Yes.
You were so inclusive, and you know, you're just really special. So I'm so happy we're friends.
Yes.
Tell me about this journey. You worked. I had heard your journey through listening to other podcasts and stuff like that, how you worked in different spas. Like, you were kind of smart. Like you started off in massage school. You were like, I don't want to be a massage therapist.
Yeah.
This is not for me. This is for people that are, you know,
Have that gift.
That have that gift,
Yep.
right? And I love that you recognize that soon on. And then you moved on to like working in different spas.
Yeah.
And that experience led you, like, how did that experience lead you to then go to esthetician school and work for a dermatologist?
So I really, from a very young age, was obsessed with skincare, very young. Like the Mary Kay lady was at my house every week. Like I was obsessed. But I grew up in a small town, so there was no such thing as an esthetician. So I wouldn't have known like that was my journey. My journey was that I was going to be a Mary Kay lady, basically.
Really?
And I think so. And then when I started modeling, I was doing that, and then that led me to LA. And when I got to LA and realized I wasn't going to be a supermodel, and I definitely didn't want to be in rap videos, then I was like, what am I going to do? And I don't know why, but I knew I wanted to work in a spa. I just knew that. So I worked as a receptionist in different spas. And then I went to school to be a massage therapist thinking, oh, maybe that's it. And I realized I would be terrible at that. And that's definitely a gift you have to have. And also I feel like a massage therapist, you can't be like high strung and senile like I am. Like you have to have that Zen feeling of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So not me. Like probably ADD isn't a good thing when, you know what I mean? Like I have all of those conditions. So then I went to school to be an esthetician because that was the next thing that you would do, working at a spa. And I knew right away. I was like, this is it. So then after that, I went to school while still being a receptionist at a very, very big spa. And then after that, I kind of like bounced around.
And then you worked with this dermatologist. Can you tell me more about that experience? And how did you get a job at a dermatologist, like right off of esthetician school?
So I was working at this very well-known spa, and I did an apprenticeship program at that spa. And the deal was when I was done school that I could start working at that space, that studio, spa, whatever. And once I finished, the owner was like, you're not good enough. I can't hire you. So the girls, the other estheticians there, helped me get this job working for this dermatologist. So I started working for her, Irma Benitez. And what was so great about working for her is, one, she just threw me in, which was so crazy. She threw me in, and I basically how it worked is she would see the patient. I would give them an acne treatment, and then she would come in and see the patient, look over their skin, tell them, oh, we have to adjust this medication or whatever. So I just got so much knowledge because I was always with this doctor. Also, I got to try all of these crazy things that you shouldn't be allowed to try coming out of school. So I mean, crazy. Like I was working with peels immediately. And out of school, no training other than the training I got there. So that's where I learned everything. And it was also like, I wish LA had more of these, but it was insurance based. So people could come in and get acne treatments. Their insurance would cover it. So I would see like young kids too. It was like great. It was so wonderful. Like I would work on kids breaking out at 10 years old. So that's where it all started for me. And then when I left, because it wasn't the pay wasn't great. Then when I moved on, then I went to hotel. I worked at the Sofitel, which is a hotel. Argyle, I worked there. A wellness center for a plastic surgeon. I just kept going around. And at one point, I worked 7 days a week. I didn't have a day off because, you're so slow in the beginning. And it was like, so every single day I worked.
Wow. I mean, that sounds like a real founder story, like it's, people always ask me, I'm a founder as well. So it's like, what was your journey like? And it's very similar to your journey. I was obsessed with skincare when I was younger. I was like, I wanted to be a weather woman, to be honest.
Oh, you'd be a great weather woman.
Can you imagine with the high pressure today?
No, you would.
So I always was careful about my skin and what I put on my skin. And so, yeah, me too. And I worked in spas and I worked in wellness centers and I worked in different doctors' offices. So I feel like our journeys are a bit of a mirror. And then finally became a founder. Because I heard when I met you, you were working in your house.
Yes.
So you were working in your house just like I'm doing right now, transitioning to a clinic like you, hopefully in September. But what was it like working from home? Because I know you had 2 small children at the time.
So it was all an accident. So I worked at a wellness center and I got pregnant with my second child. And I was, no one really liked going to that wellness center, but also I was like getting bigger. It was like end of my pregnancy. And Jessica Alba was the one that said, you have this empty office in the back, just set up back there and do it there. Nobody wants to come here. And I was like, no one's gonna come to my house. She said, yes, they will. And I set up back there and it just blew up. It went crazy. And I don't know if it was because it was so private, but it went nuts. And at the end of the day, it was fine working there in the beginning, but by the end of it, when the kids were like, the second one at least.
Running
First one was
around.
already running around. She was probably like 5 at the time. Once it got where Lennon, my second, was now like walking, I was like, there is no way I can do this. Because I was like locking them in my bedroom. I didn't have them out. I never let anyone see my kids just because.
Yeah, because you want to keep it like a professional.
It was also, like I didn't want my kids like spitting up and you just walked in. I'm like, here, let me take you to the back. So yeah, I always like, if someone came, I'd be like, okay, everybody hide, go in your bedrooms, like the whole thing. So eventually I had to go. It was just like too much.
I totally understand that because I feel the same way. I don't have kids, but I have Dante.
Yeah.
And, you have to, having that brick and mortar, like when you moved in 2019, that was like right before the pandemic.
Yes.
Like what timing?
It was almost a year after, or a year
before
that it happened. Yeah.
And so
Nightmare.
you opened in 2019 and the pandemic hit in 2020.
Yep.
So you just opened and then you had to close.
Yep.
What was that like? Were you just like...
I mean, I don't like to leave my house, so it was really fun for a minute. But then, I started to miss it. It was hard. But there was a lot of opportunity during that. When it kept going on, then it was like, okay. It was really hard, financially, especially for the other estheticians. I was okay in the beginning, and then by the end of it, it was like, what am I going to do?
But I think you use that opportunity to make that my favorite triple, the lactic acid peel.
Yep.
And you were like bottling it up and sending it to all the celeb clients, right?
Yep.
And going, well, you can't come in and see me, but here you are, and I think that kind of was...
No, it worked out great.
It worked out great because now people don't have to come in to get a Shani Darden facial. I haven't had a Shani Darden facial, but I have used
you never had a...
I have never... You've never worked on my skin.
Oh my God,
Not
let's
yet.
make an appointment because you have actually worked on mine, so...
Yes.
Okay.
I would love that.
We're doing it.
We're doing it. But I have used that...
The peel.
The peel. The peel is...
So good.
It is so good. And what I love about about it is you can use it on every skin type.
I know.
I want to pivot into that because you made that during the pandemic. You created that peel and you perfected it, and then it comes in this big box, and it's got like a brush, and it's got 2 steps. It's got the peel, and then you put the neutralizer,
mask.
which is, I love that feeling.
So good. I love that product.
And my skin is just like glowing after. It's just incredible, especially right before red carpet. I want to share something that could literally slow down how you age, inside and out. Let's talk about hyperbaric oxygen therapy, or HBOT. You've probably heard of it being used for athletes or wound healing. But what you may not know is the latest research is showing powerful benefits for cellular regeneration, brain health, and even reversing some biological markers of aging. Hyperbaric chamber works where you breathe in oxygen at higher than normal pressure. This process stimulates your tissues with oxygen and beyond what your body can normally get in. That extra oxygen jumpstarts your cells, helps natural repair processes, reduces inflammation, and boosts collagen production. It even stimulates the growth of new blood vessels. Studies have shown improvements in telomere length, which are kind of like protective caps on your DNA that shorten as you age. Longer telomeres, that's linked to healthier aging. If you're feeling the effects of aging, maybe it's slower recovery, brain fog, or skin that's lost its luster and glow, hyperbaric oxygen might be a powerful tool to help you feel sharper, stronger, and more vibrant. Go to oxyhealth.com, that's OXYHEALTH.com, and type in discount code HEALTHYDOC10 for your first order.
Yes.
Let's go into that. What made you make that?
So it's kind of what I'm known for is my peel. So I do different peels in office, but I work a lot with lactic acid. And so people really missed that when I left. So I made an at-home version. Now, weirdly, I'd already started making it. The idea had come way before the pandemic, but then the pandemic pushed me to finish it. So it's just easy. It's great for at-home use. It's not as strong as the one I do in the office, but it's great. It's such a good product. I need the world to know about that product because I'm like, there's not anything like that.
There's nothing like it. And the beauty is, as a naturopathic doctor and as I do skin as well, I recommend it to my patients because if they're traveling to places like India or Mexico, where there's a lot of pollution, and they're like, Dr. Nigma, they can't see you. Yeah, they can't see me, and I'm like, this is what you need to do. And they have thanked me because they've said that this has saved them tremendously.
Oh my God, I love that.
So thank you for creating that because it is really great, not just if you're traveling, but do a treatment on yourself, right? You can even do it. I was doing it every week.
You can. So we had originally said to do it every other week. You absolutely can do it once a week. I always say to people, like, some people can't handle doing it the full 2 minutes once
everyone's
a week.
different.
Do it 30 seconds, do it a minute. But yeah, absolutely.
And you leave it on less.
Yes, and I like that better than any other way to exfoliate because that step 2, it's almost like it steam cleans your pores. It's just like a better way to exfoliate. So I'm with you. And the great thing is the step 2 is a neutralizer and mask in one, but you don't have to use the mask. You can use it as a neutralizer and then just rinse it off. So it doesn't have to be a full, like a facial at home. You can just do step 1, step 2, take it off, then go in with
That's exactly what I do every week.
Yep.
I've gotten out of the habit. I need to get back into the habit of it because I was like so good. And it was like, this is my exfoliation every week. I wasn't using it the way you said because I was like, I like using it every week. I prefer it because, as we're in our 50s, our skin cells don't turn over like they used to. I want to go into something that everyone's talking about is like multi-steps for skincare. Let's set the record straight, Shani, because I see in like TikTok videos or in Instagram reels, there's like 17-step skincare. Like, let's set the right. How many products do we actually really need?
I don't think I'm really easy. It's like 3 in the morning, 3, 4 at night, but it just depends. You can keep it as simple as 3 and 3, but like for people that want to add in like a hyaluronic acid serum as well, like that would be an extra step, but I don't get all the whole layering everything.
I think it actually is scary. It can cause dermatitis.
Yes, and everybody has dermatitis. Yeah.
Everybody has dermatitis, especially we see these young kids, like girls, you're like, people, your girls' age.
Yeah.
They're like really into using skincare now. Like that is insane, by the way.
I know.
Would you have ever guessed that?
No,
I mean,
it's
we never
crazy.
did that when we were that age. I mean, people are using like so many skin products, and it's, to me, as a naturopathic doctor, it's almost dangerous because they could be endocrine disruptors. They could be causing hormonal issues, and we don't need that many products, especially in a young skin, right?
I agree totally. And I also think what's crazy now is that people will have a really great routine and they'll be so into their skin, and then they'll need to try a different product because somebody else, like I just had someone come in the other day and she was really broken out, and she was like, well, I tried this new thing, but I was like, but your skin's been so good. She was like, yeah, I know, but somebody told me this is amazing. And I was like, I'm just not a person that changes that much. Like I've been using the same thing same products for a long time.
Yeah, if it's not broke, don't try to fix
Right,
it,
I don't
right?
get it.
Like if something is working for you.
100%.
I think though, in terms of my patients and the people that purchase my products, they're very loyal. They know like it works and they stick to it.
Yeah.
But you do get those stragglers that are like, I want to try other things because this celebrity posted it or that happened. I mean, that's what happens.
Always.
But your skincare is like really cutting edge, and your crown jewel of the skincare is Retinol Reform.
Yes.
And it was the first retinol that I actually was able to use because I have very sensitive skin. And I have to say, it was one of my favorite products until I got the peel. And now that's like my favorite. I stopped using the retinol, and I'm kind of glad I did, because I hear a little bird told me that you have a new retinol.
Yes.
Tell us, can you spill the beans on it?
Yes. So it's Retinol Reform, 1%. It's an encapsulated retinol. So it will be easier for all skin types to use, because with encapsulated, it releases slower in the skin. So people are going to be all upset of why did I reformulate. It was time. Technology is different. I've had Retinol Reform as like probably 11, 12 years old. I wanted to have a new encapsulation. I wanted it to be a complete 1%. All of the things I added in a tripeptide. I added in prickly pear, which naturally exfoliates the skin. So I just wanted to like zhuzh it up. And I brought you some.
Oh,
so,
I love it.
Yeah. So,
I was depressed for a second because I didn't realize they were getting rid of Retinol Reform to replace it. I just found that out now.
I think a lot of people will be depressed, but I have to tell you, I don't know. I mean, people notice everything. It's definitely a little bit stronger for sure.
Okay, I don't mind that.
But still gentle.
Okay.
Still gentle.
And I like the prickly pear edition.
Yes. I just needed to, it's time. That's kind of what I'm known for. And every single brand, beauty brand, skincare brand, has a retinol in it. So it was kind of like, it was just the next step. And that was my baby. My first product. So.
And can people, because I was telling my patients who are very sensitive, and also during the summertime, it's told don't use retinol in the summertime. What are your thoughts on that?
I think you can use it all year. I mean, we're in LA.
Yes.
We're in LA. And it's also like, if you're someone that really lays in the sun, don't use a retinol. Like it doesn't make any sense. So.
Yeah, nothing is going to save you if you lie in the sun.
Right. And also, if I'm in a really hot climate and I'm actually going to be at the beach, even if I'm going to be in a hat, I'm not going to put retinol. I wouldn't be using retinol while I was on that vacation, let's say. But overall, yeah, you can use, it's silly.
It's silly. I have created products just as you have, and I know how difficult it is.
Yes.
I have to say, I went to medical school. I did my pre-med. That was a journey, and it was tough and it was stressful. But creating products and packaging and labels,
so hard.
I have to say it's one of the worst things. Like it's it's so hard to do. How did you get into doing that? And did you get any help?
No, when I first decided to make Retinol Reform, the reason why I made that is from working at the derm and always working with retinoids. I called a chemist. I didn't know what I was doing. It was like a nightmare. And now I've gotten it down, but it's always hard. It's always hard. I mean, it's easier for me to do it now because I have chemists that I really like working with. But it's always challenging. You start a formula and you get to like the second sample and you're like, I just don't know what I'm doing with this. And then you take a break and it's like, it's all hard. Lots of money to, make a formula. It's hard.
The beauty industry is so competitive.
I mean, it's wild right now.
It's a trillion dollar industry. I don't even know if it's hit there yet, but it is literally on fire. And beauty brand founders are, struggling today, and, and we see a lot of brands coming up, like celebrity brands and then doctor brands like myself. And then we have a brand like yours, Shani Darden, which I feel like it's very unique. I love the packaging. I love the product. I like the mixture of the ingredients. And also you're in Sephora. Like that's like a huge jump to get into Sephora. How did you do that? Like for founders listening, all those beauty brand founders that are like trying to get into this business, or those listening, what advice would you give them?
The biggest piece of advice that I would give anyone is to stay small as long as you can. Don't try to grow big until you are at a level of success to a point that you have to grow larger. Otherwise, I would stay as small as you can be and build slow. And that would be my biggest piece of advice.
True wellness lives in the smallest details, the air you breathe, the water you wash with, and the surfaces you touch. That's why Koala Eco, with their beautiful botanical ranges for home, laundry, body, and even pets, is the only brand I trust. Elegant living without compromise. Visit koalaeco.com, that's KOALAECO.com, and use my code HealthyDoc15 for 15% off your first order. I think that's great advice because that's what I've done.
Yeah.
I've gone really slow and steady, and it's been challenging, but I can imagine it would be way more challenging if I had jumped into, places like Sephora. It's a lot. You have to be ready to get into those places.
Also with Sephora right now, I mean, that's a whole different thing. It's different than when I first went there. Right now we're in a different space in beauty, and I hope it goes back. But right now we're more into what's popular. That's really what it is right now. There's a lot of brands winning based on amazing marketing and not because their formulas are good. And so you better be really ready for it if you're in a big retailer, because it's just a different time. You can't just go in there because you have some amazing product, because that doesn't always come off. That's just how it is now. So I would just be really ready for it.
I think that's a good point, because you see a lot of products out there and they have amazing marketing, and you try them and you're like, wow,
right,
this is like not as good as another brand that's not doing the marketing because they're not putting their budget, their marketing dollars into
or they don't
that.
Or they don't
have it.
Right.
And they're just putting all their money in making the product, which is, I feel like, what you and I do.
Yeah, there was a line, which I'm not going to say, but I'm going to tell you after. It was one of my favorite lines, and I just found out that they announced that they were like going under, whatever you want to say. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, that literally, like, I used to talk about this, one of their products all the time. It was one of my favorite products, and I was so shocked. And it's like, it's just really hard right now. Remember, like, the kids took over, and kids like good packaging and, all the things. And that's really what a lot of it. And I'm not saying some of these brands that have genius marketing don't actually, some of them have great products, but some of them don't. So it's just where we're at right now.
Shani, we both know that the skin mirrors what's going on the inside. And if you're not healthy on the inside, then your skin is, even if they come to you, you are a magician. I've seen you do treatments on some patients that their skin was really breaking out, and you're just amazing. But we also know we have to take care of the inside. What do you talk to your clients about supplements?
Yes, I do. And you know that I've always been using Healthy Flora, and I always recommend that. But a lot of gut, obviously it relates to your gut. People need to be on a good probiotic. But I mean, I feel like I've sent people to you when we've done so many things together. Like, you're kind of a master at all things gut, but obviously they're very related. It's very important, like changing people's diet, removing dairy, like all the things. It's very important. I think that, and even like hormones, I mean, that's kind of your specialty. So I can send them to you and then you can send them back to me.
I love it. What is your emergency skin repair? Like, say somebody's got a Met Gala and you have to, fix their skin and they have like, acne. What are you going to do if they have like the day of or the day after they have the Met Gala? What is your magic potion?
Unfortunately, when I would just do a treatment, I'd use LED light and all of the things. But unfortunately, a lot of times when people come to you that last minute, you can't really do extractions on them because it's harder for the makeup artist to cover it. So I'm just really careful. But, you hope by everything other than extractions, you can at least get the inflammation down so they don't look as broken out, but not a lot you can do past that.
I would do the triple lactic acid peel.
100% I'm doing that, but I just mean as far as like, I can't get,
right.
That's always a lot of celebrities, like they're not getting facials all the time. And then when disaster strikes, then they're like, oh, can I come in? I have to be at the Met Gala tomorrow. And I'm like, yoo-hoo, not going to work. But, we try to, definitely a peel will help.
Massively, yeah.
Yeah, all of those things help, but a lot, it's up to the makeup artist at that point when it's that late.
You're juggling a lot. I've seen you in action. You're a mother. You have two beautiful girls, and I've had the opportunity to meet them. They're beautiful, and they're so talented as well. And how do you do that? Run a business. You're running a salon, right, with your skincare, and then you're a brand founder, so you have to deal with products, packaging, and then a mother.
I don't do it. I mean, it's all, thanks to Michael, my assistant, or I would die. I have no idea. Every day is a stress situation. Right now, my daughter has her ears hurting her. I'm going to rush home after this and take her to it's never, I don't know. Somebody tell me. I have no idea. I'm stressed out every day of my life. I have 3 dogs. I have a chameleon. It's all just a lot.
It's all kicking off. And I see that you find happiness in vacuuming. When I was at your house.
Oh my God, I love it so much.
You were vacuuming.
I'm going to do it when I get home.
Is there you do it 2 or 3 times a day?
My OCD goes in, I think it only manifests in cleaning. So my kids have OCD too, but theirs is a whole thing. Mine is only cleaning. Everything has to be perfect. Maybe there's some other OCD things, but that's my big one. My house, I'm going to come home. Actually, my house is going to be fine when I get home today. But lately, they're home all day long because it's summer and now I got to fit.
And 3 dogs. I'd be vacuuming too a lot.
Yeah, they're gorgeous though. They always get groomed. They're just beautiful. They're fine. But yeah, I'm crazy. I love to clean. Everything has to be perfect. I'll tell you how crazy I am. So last night, this is nutso. So last night I had they were doing some sort of work on the street last night. I didn't know. So I was up pretty much the whole night because they were hammering things and doing all stuff to the streets. 3 a.m. I got up and I was like, I'm going to go down and look at it. So I go downstairs to look at what was going on outside. And I see that the couch isn't right. And I took every pillow off, 3 a.m. I refluffed them all. And I made it so gorgeous. And then I went in and I cleaned all the kitchen counters.
Do you want to come over to my house?
Anytime. It's just one of my things.
From PMS to perimenopause to menopause to postmenopause, I've lived through it all. And through every stage, one thing becomes clear. Hormone fluctuations change how our bodies regulate temperature, especially at night. When your body overheats, even slightly, it disrupts deep, restorative sleep, the kind of sleep your hormones, metabolism, and mood depend on. That's why I can't live without my Rani Lounge pajamas. Their advanced technology activates natural fibers, making the fabric moisture resistant, naturally fresh, and ultra breathable, allowing your body to stay cool and regulate temperature the way nature intended. Better temperature control means deeper sleep, better recovery, and a body that feels truly at ease. Whether at home or traveling, staying cool, fresh, and comfortable has never felt so effortless. Go to RaniLounge.com, that's RaniLounge.com, and use my code HealthyDog15 and get 15% off your first order and experience sleep the way it was meant to be. Speaking of which, I've been to your house at many of your parties, and we have such a good time. And you have a team of employees that are amazing, but one particular individual stands out, and that's DJ.
DJ, yeah.
How did you meet DJ? Because he's such a light.
So DJ came from Michelle, who you've probably met, Michelle Hines. She still does like I don't want to say Soul Cycle because I don't want it's called. She does cycling classes that you can do on Zoom. And her assistant used to be DJ.
Oh, so she gave him to you.
She handed him over.
I love it.
And so then he came and worked for me, and he was a disaster. Like he was my assistant who doesn't drive. He Ubered everywhere. It was a disastrous situation. And finally, we both decided it was time for us to part. And after he left, he would text me every day, or he would DM me every day, commenting on everything. Like, I want to see you, would love to see the girls. And then one day he came to me and he was like, listen, I really want to come back. Here's all the things I don't know how to do, but I can do this. Can I just come back to do that? And I said, it will never work. I need you to be able to do more stuff. He was like, well, let me just help you out until you find someone. He came and I was like, I can't get rid of him now. So
no, and you two love each other. You have a special bond.
We love each other.
You definitely
He is like having another child, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he's so funny.
To all of us, by the way.
You need that humor because that is the one thing is, how do you deal with employees as a beauty brand founder and your spa? Also,
this is what I'll say.
Yeah.
In being a founder or running a business, it takes a certain type of person. Like, you are nuts. You have to be crazy. It's like an artist. That's what we are. You have to be kind of crazy. So the thing is, for the reason why DJ, his title is actually called the mood director. If DJ wasn't there, I might not have employees that stayed.
Oh, wow.
It's a grounded situation. Like, it needs to be. He is that person that if everyone's attacking me in the nicest way possible, where they're saying like, your product's not doing well or this isn't doing well, DJ's going to come in and remind me of who I am. And so that's...
And curl your hair.
That too. He got kicked off of that job, but anyways, it doesn't matter. But yeah, it's to keep me grounded and to remind me like, you're kicking ass. Like, don't let these people take you down. So it's worth that, because there's definitely been times where DJ and I both said like, you really don't know how to do that and you're kind of running the studio. But then it's worth it to have that person that is that light. And by the way, not just for me, because I don't like to talk to people a lot. You know me, like I'm pretty shut off in that way. He's going to make everybody else happy. You know what I mean?
It is true. He does change the mood even when you have parties at your house.
Yes. He's the one that can make sure if everyone's okay. That's him. If somebody's crying about something, he's going to do. And also when people are frustrated with me, they can go to DJ.
So he's kind of like the buffer.
Yes.
I love that. That's actually a really good tip for someone like me who's going to be opening up a clinic very soon.
You have to.
I'm going to need a DJ. Ask DJ if he can clone himself.
I'll see about that. It's definitely a good thing to have.
Shani, what keeps you up at night?
Absolutely everything. It's crazy. I need to drug myself up with some sort of weird natural something to sleep. You're going to have to help me with that. Everything, all night long. I'm always freaking out in my brain. Work. I answer all my emails at 3 a.m. and my DMs. Like I'm nuts.
Okay, we need to change that.
I know, I really
We need
do.
to have
Please
a
help me.
better social media, iPhone, tablet, whatever we want to call
Every
it.
day.
You
And
know,
also, I'm in menopause and stopped taking all of the hormones. I was on estrogen and progesterone, and I stopped.
why?
Now I'm just sweating to death. By the way, I'm having a hot flash right now because my melasma got worse.
Okay.
And so most doctors have said that you can't take estrogen and tranexamic acid. And for me, I think tranexamic acid for melasma is really the only thing that really works, unless you're going to get into hydroquinone and all of these other things that sometimes can backfire.
Yes.
For me, taking that pill has been the best thing. So I chose sweating without melasma over not sweating.
Okay, we need to talk about
We'll
that.
talk about
because-
it. It's only been a couple of weeks, but woo, am I hot.
Yeah, well, you are hot. But, estrogen deficiency not only causes, if you don't have enough estrogen, your mood is going to be different. Your vision is going to change.
It's all there. It's all,
Your neuroendocrine. So it's all important. So you have to weigh out, what's
okay, well,
important.
you're going to we'll do a blood test, but I'm just saying I was bitchy before and I'm still bitchy. So I don't understand why. Like, I would rather not have a mustache.
I've built my entire clinical philosophy and even wrote a book called Younger Skin Starts in the Gut around one simple truth. If your gut isn't optimal, nothing else works. Genova Diagnostics GI Effects test is the gold standard in functional stool testing, mapping your microbiome, digestion, inflammation, and nutrient absorption with clinical precision. It's a crappy job, but someone has to do it. And no one does it better than Genova. Visit genovaconnect.com and use my code HEALTHYDOC15 for 15% off your first stool test. Okay, well, here's the thing, is if you balance the hormones, think of the hormones like a symphony, right? It's like an orchestra. If instruments are playing wrong, it's going to sound awful. We just have to balance, and our hormones for women, we have more hormones than men. We need to balance them, and there's a way to balance them safely and effectively. So I do feel like there's a solution for you because I have many patients like you. So we're going to work on that.
Okay, please, let's get on that.
If you weren't doing this, Shani, like if you weren't doing skincare and being literally one of the world's top estheticians, would you have chosen to do something else? I know you were pretty bang on saying like, this is what I want to do. But if you had a magic wand and you could do anything you want, what would you do?
I mean, everything would be like, interior decorating. I don't know how good I'd be at it, but I'm very into it. So maybe that.
I think you'd be very good because I remember.
I'm obsessed.
Yeah, you told me, you're like, I'm going to help you do your clinic. And then when you came to my house right now and you looked outside, you're like, what's going on up there? I need to fix that.
My favorite.
So yeah, maybe you could have your own like.
I want to. So I'm going to be so rich. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy houses. I'm going to completely decorate them, then live in it, then sell it, and then start over. That's actually what I would like to do.
Okay, well, you know what? There is a future for you in that because you're good at it.
That's what I want.
Okay, good. And I wanted to ask you something personal.
Okay.
What is your love language? Do you know all the love languages?
I just I'm so demanding. What is my love language?
There's words of affirmation. So somebody's saying, Shani, that was awesome. And then there's acts of service. So somebody picking up your dry cleaning without you asking.
I guess maybe like
And then there's-
bringing me my coffee.
Okay, so acts of service.
Yeah. I think everything is acts of service with me.
What about quality time or receiving gifts?
Oh, I love gifts.
Do you?
Yeah.
Would you say that's your top love language?
I mean, if you got me a purse, for sure. But like, I'm pretty expensive when it comes to my gifts. So I would just say maybe.
Well, I have a gift for you.
Oh, give it to me. Okay. What is it?
I was hoping it was going to be your gift. It is. Can you not guess what it is?
No.
Well, I mean,
I don't have my glasses on, too.
Okay. So this is a poop test.
Oh, wow. Is this going to tell me about my hormones?
It's going to tell. Actually, that's good you asked.
But I have to poop in it?
So it's a 3-day poop test. It's going to measure your gut microbiome. It's going to measure who's living there, the good bacteria, the bad bacteria. But you do have to collect it in this boat. It's by Genova. I love this test. I make every patient do it.
Fine.
Because the way to anti-aging is from your gut, as you know. Younger skin does start in the gut. And there's 3 days. So you're going to do 3 days of poop collection. It's really going to humble you in the best
Are the
way.
directions in there? Michael, you're going to have to help me.
Yeah.
Michael?
I mean, Michael's like giving me the look. He's like, that's a bit too far for my job
I
description.
think Michael would do it. He loves
But
me.
it's 3 days. You put it in the container,
poop.
you label it, and you send it off, and I get the results. And you said something really interesting. Is it going to help my hormones? Absolutely. Because if your gut microbiome isn't optimal, then your hormones are not optimal. And all these women taking hormone replacement, like if their gut isn't working properly, or they're not pooping enough, and they're constipated, or they're having too much diarrhea, that can upset the whole hormonal balance, and then they're taking HRT for no reason. So I'm going to give you this gift.
Okay.
You're going to do it, and then we're going to get the results, and we're going to walk over you with a plan. We're going to have like a full gut plan.
Oh, I like
and then a
that.
hormone plan.
I'm not really excited about the poop, but I am excited about the plan.
You're excited about the plan.
The plan, not the pooping.
Not the pooping. Well, you know.
I mean, I like to poop, but I just like to put it in the thing, and then put it in the box and the boat thing.
I almost called this a poop cast.
Wow.
I almost did because, I talk about poop so
I get it.
much and, I know it's not sexy, but I'm trying to normalize the conversation, Shani.
Yeah, I get it.
We know
I get
how
it.
important it is.
Yeah, I get it.
So, but it was so amazing having you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, it really was an interesting conversation, and it was a good excuse to see you. Cheers.
Cheers with our vitamin C cocktail.
All the success to your product and your studio. You are killing it. Love you.
I love you. It's so good, right?
Yeah, vitamin C cocktail. Yum.
I'm going to finish this.
Okay.